And good morning, everyone. Whether you're live or on the rerun, stick around. We might have some fun. You might too. We implore you to join us. We'll commence with the fun in about a minute.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Friday, May 6, 2022. Glad you're with us. Glad to see you, especially you, okay? I'm glad you made it. And we've got 60 minutes here. We hope it'll be the best part of your day, and you can build on that and have a great weekend. We've got to get out of here at the top of the hour because we are heading to Windy City Pulp and Paper Convention, where we will be buying too many books and trying to impress people. Just basically having a good time with the new pulp writing community. It's going to be a glorious 3 days. It's going to be up at the Westin in Lombard, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. Everything is Chicago from Cairo on north in Illinois. But we're going to be having a good time. We're going to hang out with some of our friends. Cookie and I are going to explore the area too, and it's just going to be a good weekend. And don't forget, tomorrow is free comic book day, so check out your local comic monger and see what they're offering. We're going to try to hit at least one of the shops up in the area, see what's going on. And but until then, we got to talk to you because you guys make the show worthwhile. But after we explain that we've got an attitude of gratitude towards our sponsors, Rising Tide Publications, and Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Whatever the genre, your great book deserves a great cover. Whether it is crime, drama, or 40s science fiction, you definitely want to hire Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. They do great work at indie creator-friendly prices. So go to their page on Facebook, check out their samples. They go over to plasmafiregraphics.com and then ask about Jeffrey's rates. And he's on the brand new release from Stormgate Press, Major Marjorie, with myself, creator Tim Bruckner, Clyde Hall, Jim Beard, and Alessia Kent, edited by the great Charles F. Millhouse. Good stuff. Also doing the cover for Snow Shorts. In fact, he's done all the Snow books, and I'm in this one here too, covered up by my hand. But definitely check that out, and check out Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we also want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can directly support your favorite creators. And many of these people have their own pages too, very active, and they deserve some love too. So please check them out as well. And we also offer for $1 a month, just $1 a month, you can read our exclusive twice weekly blog. Every blog deserves the name. And for $5 or more a month, you also get to look at first drafts of our work. and maybe even pick up copies of it, cheap or free. So anyway, please check out what we offer in return for your support at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And so yeah, we're excited. As you can see, I'm dressed to go. That's why I'm not wearing the usual blue shirt or whatever. We're ready to hit the road. We've got the car gassed up, and we're taking Calgon up there. And it's going to be a good time. We are looking forward to seeing our friends up there. And hopefully, I know it's a last second thing, but if you can make it, please do. Check out their website on Pulp and Paper. It's the Windy City Pulp and Paper Show. Do a search for that. They've also got an event page on Facebook. So check them out. We got lots of great creators, lots of great events, an art show, auctions, histories. There's a couple I wouldn't mind taking in. They sound pretty interesting. Like there's one on Fiction House. I think it's tonight. That sounded pretty exciting. I think we might enjoy that. And then stuff all weekend. And then I'm on a panel on Sunday about the legacy of New Pulp. And then I'm going to be doing a reading of the original Skyman battles the Master of Steam. And I will no doubt ask for questions and such. So it's a good time to interrogate me and figure out my process. And I need help with that myself. But anyway, please check us out, and hope to see you at Windy City this weekend. All right. But first of all, we're going to see who is here first. And it is the wonderful, the delightful, the charming Charles F. Millhouse. Mwah. To you. Good morning, all. Brian, have a great time at Windy City PulpCon. I will, man. I just wish you, well, actually, I hope you're there next year. All right. And I will be there proudly representing Stormgate Press. I got to brag on this for a while. There's 5 categories in the Pulp Factory Awards that will be happening at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. I will give a report on it once it is concluded. And if we have any winners, I'm going to contact them first and then go on the air and talk about it. But so we may have a special broadcast tonight. More than likely just Facebook exclusive, but we'll share it to YouTube later. But no, we are represented. I say we at Stormgate Press, like I have anything to do with it. Interior, Damian Aviles, who won last year for cover art. He is nominated for interior art this year. Clayton Merwin, the Hero Maker, is nominated for exterior cover art. For issue number 2 of Pulp Reality. Pulp Reality's number 2 and 3 are both nominated for Best Anthology of the Year. I'm in number 2. Charles is nominated for his Great Captain Hawkland book from last year. And then I am nominated for my story in Snow Shorts called Snow Ambition. So we'll see what happens. I am optimistic that Stormgate will be well rewarded this year. But anyway, sad I can't make it, says Charles Millhouse, laid up after knee surgery. Will you heal fast, brother? Seriously, we need you active, and because we're going to see him and some other wonderful people in June. In June. Second Sunday in June, we're going to be up near Cleveland, Ohio. We'll have more on it, but if you subscribe to my newsletter at risingtide.pub, where you can sign up, you'll learn all about it. And the next issue goes out June 1st. So be looking for that. And Carl Winston, hope that you heal quickly, Charles, but don't rush it. I've seen too many people pushing it too early, and then they were sorry. Carl, good to have you here, and good sage advice. And yes, I used to work in rehabilitation, so that's the voice of experience. Charles Millhouse says, I'm hearing all that from my wife too, Carl. Thank you for the advice. Carl says, no problem. If I can help another person to not re-injure themselves, it's worth it. Where were you when I was getting out of the van a couple weeks ago? And good morning to Donna, Carlene. Well, glad to see you here as always. Hey, sweetie. Well, hi, Charles. Hi, Carl. How are you? Oh, wait, you're talking to her. Anyway, hi, Donna, says Charles. And Charles says, I've been very talkative since yesterday. Lots of comments, I posted a like, lots of texting. Well, it's not like you can run around or anything right now, right? So you might as well just stay home and type, right? And hi, Charles, from Donna. And Charles, you are probably channeling your active energy that you might spend walking into verbal pursuits. That's cool. It helps with networking anyway. Doesn't hurt a thing. Charles says, yeah, I figured that. So it's lots of classic Doctor Who today and bugging people. Well, I'll have my phone on me, Charles. So, classic Doctor Who is good, says Carl Witzman. I need to get back on Pluto TV and see what's on this month. I've been watching so much YouTube for inspiration and learning. I have too. You know, I watch these videos on aberrant personalities, like sovereign citizens and First Amendment auditors, or as we call them, frauditors. And saw one this morning where a guard who had encountered one a few days before, he as it was a channel called Tones Overthinks It. And he said, we've all been waiting for one guy to just finally say, we've had enough of this bothering. And that day has come. And this one frauditor, real snotty SOB, goes in and starts challenging the signs. He said, well, you didn't have enough signs the other day. Then they put up signs. They said, well, I don't like the way they look. They're not right. And, the guard is like, get out of here. And finally, after giving him a lot of warnings, the guard just basically grabs the back of his shirt, pulls his arm up behind him, and pushes him through. I do mean through the door. The frauditor turns around and tries and takes a swing at the guard, misses him. The guard then lays into him and hits him, I think, at least twice in the mouth, and you can hear it from 10 feet away. These are solid. These are solid blows. This guy knows how to box. And left the frauditor with a mouth of what we used to call a mouthful of bloody chiclets. And so, you don't condone what the guard did at all. Nobody should have to lay their hands on someone else in anger. But we knew this day was coming, and it may happen more often. So anyway, moving on. Nicholas Tucker, good morning, folks. Been a busy Friday already, so I do have a question for you all that has actually been research. What are your favorite tropes in the genres you specialize in? Wow. There are so many, especially I write in so many, but I'll let you guys have at it first. Carl, the Brandon Sanderson writing videos are interesting to watch. Ooh. Maybe we'll get $50 million on Kickstarter one day. And Carl said, I just watched a video of a gal who spent around $2,500 to self-publish her book, $1,600 on editing alone. She is nuts. We've never spent more than $200 to publish a book. Then again, I do a lot. Yeah, we do a lot in-house here too, Carl. Probably the most I've spent is on the ISBN number. And I would pay for a good cover and good editing. So, but a lot of times, a lot of stuff I do is like in trade. So, Carl Weston says, thanks, Charles. I will look him up. And I married an editor, though that can be expensive. Tell me about it. You hear her cackling in the next room, mostly to my soul. I've said the story, and Tommy Hancock will be up at Windy City, and he asked Cook, he said, well, I've got a short story collection here, and it's the Blue Circle one that just came out. Said, Brian has a story in there. Do you have any problem editing? And she just started laughing. It's like, no, not at all. Believe me, she doesn't. Anyway, Charles Millhouse, wow, it's a lot for self-publishing. Yeah, I think about $200 is about right. Luckily, my wife is a really good editor, so that helps. I got one, too. And I am a good editor too, so we trade off manuscripts. And yeah, I'm always always better to edit others. Yeah, definitely. And I think most of the $200 was to the cover artist too. This gal paid a bundle for formatting too. That is wacky, and yeah, very wacky. I mean, I have seen some services that, and really, when I was first looking into self-publishing, there was some group that got a hold of my name. And they were relentless. They were like emailing me like every other day saying, do you have your manuscript ready? And do you have your $3,000 ready? And we can start from there. And I'm like, I didn't know enough to know what to ask. But I just knew instinctively that was too much money. Anyway, Carl Wiseman says she's obviously never watched this show, or Michaela Jane's Tidbits and Scribbles show, Monday nights. It's a great show. And yep, some authors paid a shit ton for stuff that can be done for free. Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Nick, sorry I was multitasking again, says Carl. And thanks for the plug, Carl. I love plug. She does. She does. I love plugging her too. Anyway, hey, I woke her up for once. Charles Millhouse said some new writers in this world of self-publishing think they're going to retire and write the rest of their lives. That's not the case. Well, they're half right, possibly. They will write for the rest of their lives, but they may not be. They aren't breathing the same air as a Brandon Sanderson or a Stephen King. And exactly, Charles says, Michaela, and hi, Michaela. And yeah, Carl Wilson said, we talked about that at length during one of the Tidbits shows. Some of the young folks on YouTube talking about writing. I just want to say, gather round, children. Yeah, some of those videos drive me nuts. It's like, yes, from my vast experience of publishing one book, let me tell you what the industry is like. Oh, God. Like, can you get like a personality enema or something? This just isn't working. Donna says, hey to Michaela, and I say hi to Skunk. Wow, how you doing, Skunk? Good to see you, my man. BKM, when you first come on, there's a StreamYard notice in the corner. Did you put that there, or did StreamYard? I put it there deliberately, because I don't mind people knowing I use StreamYard, and and other reasons. I want to redo my other banner. So anyway, yeah, I did that deliberately. But most of the time I can do it like I have it now, where there's nothing up there. So just kind of like my head. And I wish I could have had someone around when I first started in the world of self-publishing. Charles, that's the thing. I hadn't found my friends. I didn't know any of you. Come to think of it, when I started, I mean, I felt like I was Mr. Lonely. In fact, I spent the first 6 months after I learned about self-publishing, just learning about self-publishing. I was signed up for a number of webinars from people who, of course, were selling their services for many hundreds of dollars, and watching a lot of YouTube and Amazon videos until I finally felt confident enough to launch something. But yeah, I just, it's very lonely. Did anyone else feel that way too when they started? And Skunk Rocker and what? Says Skunk. And Michaela, I was looking at Michaela James, but I see author Kathy Jackson's popped up. And good morning, everyone. Mwah, thank you for the love, sweetheart. Hope you and the family are doing well. And congratulations. Congratulations. That is so exciting. Charles says, hey, Skunk. And just, hello, Skunk. And John B. Pica, happy Friday, Nevermornings. John, how you doing? JohnPica.com. Check that out. And hey, Skunk. And oh, hey. And John Pica, I just sent the audition videos, yes, to the music director for the role of John Valjean in the Broadway tour. Oh, yeah, Cookie, I didn't tell you. John B. Pica is trying out for the Broadway touring group of Les Mis. The lead.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you hear that? I think you got an endorsement there, buddy. And Carl Westman says, I started self-publishing back in the early 1980s before we had all the good stuff that is available now. Learned a lot through the years. Yeah, and I took, like I said, I took 6 months to learn mine. And there wasn't a whole lot out there at the time. We weren't talking about things like branding or promotion, things like that. It was just, you'll write your book, and they didn't even say you should get somebody to edit that thing. You should get somebody else to do the cover. It's like we were on autopilot back then. So yeah, and I've only been at this full time for 10 years. So I didn't even know this whole industry, this whole self-publishing thing was a viable thing 10 years ago. And to Eric Hawkins, hello, my friend. Check out Comic Book Spectrum last night. We had a great show. Eric had a great review. We had fun. You'll have fun too watching it. It's a good show. And I started in 1999. Carl had no idea what I was doing. Sometimes I still think that. You and me both, man. I'm like, not about you, but myself. It's like, man, did I not learn anything? And Rad Publishing, good morning, Nevermorians. Rick Bradley, good to see you. Check out R&D Gaming every Monday night on the Rad Publishing channel. It is a fun show with historical stuff on gaming. And this week they're tackling Dungeons and Dragons, so you definitely want to check that out. And William A. Bow, hi, Brian, how you guys doing? Hope all is well. We are doing well, William. Hope you can come up to Windy City Pulp and Paper. You might find your tribe up there. And I understand Charles Skunkrecker says, I started writing back in 1986. Admittedly, my early work was fairly crappy. What do you expect? I was using the things I found in my diaper instead of a pen. Oh, the Amber Heard School of Writing there. I can see it now. But anyway, yeah. Well, I wrote at an early age too. And it was abominable. In fact, I tell people, Skunk, I wrote a novel. I actually wrote a first draft of a novel. I think it was either right after I graduated from junior college or in between years, but I took like a couple months and I wrote this book with the file cards in order and everything. And I read it a few years afterward, and I put it away. I never got around to rewriting it, but I pulled it out a few years later, and I thought, oh my God, this is abominable. So when I moved from Illinois, I destroyed the manuscript. There's nothing worth salvaging in it, believe me. But I learned I could write a novel if I just put my mind to it. And finally, 10 years ago, I finally got the secret sauce boiling, and that's what allowed me to start writing books. In fact, I'm working on a book deal this weekend. And Lol Skunk from Carl and Lol Skunk from Michaela Jade. And happy Revenge of the Sixth. Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, you guys commandeered the whole month, haven't you? Charles Millhouse saying, I always say, Skunk Rocker, I'm a better writer today than I was yesterday, and tomorrow I'll be even better. Exactly. I've been telling people that, you start a story, and when you finish it, you're a better writer than when you started, and that's why you need to edit, to bring everything up to your current level. And John B. Pike says, also, I saw Doctor Strange 2 last night, and it is a movie that is there. Am I to take it that's a lukewarm review, John? And you're a big part of Stormgate Press, Brian. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad to belong. I really am. It's good to be It's good to be hanging with winners. It is, and I'm looking forward to the Pulp show with you and June and Jim and John, and I'll be harassing them this weekend, so that'll be fun. And awesome on your nomination, Brian. Thanks. Much congrats to you. Thank you. I feel a certain amount of validation just being nominated. That if I was to win, that would be nice. But I'm not. I've already done my campaigning for it, so I feel good about it, though. Anyway, thank you, William. I do appreciate that, buddy. And Brian, you just need a babysitter when you're working on that van. I do. No, what happened was I came out of the van, and it's a cargo van, so there's a drop. There is a considerable drop. And I landed wrong on my left ankle. In fact, this weekend, I will probably be using a cane for part of it. Hopefully not on the floor. I should be able to manage it. It's gotten considerably better, but I get a twinge every now and then. I spent most of 2 years I was at Danville Junior College. I think I spent a year and a half wearing an ankle brace on my right ankle. My right ankle is really nice now, but it's now my others. And of course, you walk on and it puts strain on your knees, as Charles will tell you about. So it's like, now we'll get through the weekend, and we're going to explore the area. We're just going to make it like a mini vacay out of the weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. We will have fun, and just getting to hang around our peeps, It's always worthwhile. And be safe when you go to the Windy City Con, Brian. I will. Thank you, William. I will be careful. And Cookie is the Brian sitter. Pray for her, Skunk. Please pray for her. But Skunk, I'm bringing Calgon down to HalloCon this year. So what I think I may have mentioned it to you before. What we're hoping to do is come down a couple days early and check out some of the local stuff. Everybody on Stupid O'Clock Thursday nights at 9 Eastern, 11 o'clock on Saturday nights. Check it out. It's great conversation. They were telling me about this place that has like these tables that are giant lazy Susans, and the food is on them, and you just spin this thing around and get more food while you eat. And it's just like, oh my God, we got to try that place out. It sounds so good. So yeah, we're going to bring Calgon down, and we'll let you see it. But we will check into the motel though, just to support them. And Skunk, she must have looked away when he sprained his ankle. Yeah, see, I need constant supervision. That's what it's about. And from the desk of the small press publisher, Joe D. McPhee, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Morning. Hope all is well with you and Cookie. Just sent you a graphic in the Fab 5 chat. Oh, I will check that out. Thank you, Joe D. McPhee. Also, don't forget, Joe D. McPhee, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, from the desk of the small press publisher on YouTube. Check out his show. He's going to be talking to Michael Oden, a really, really talented creator, about his stuff. And thank you for sharing this, John. I definitely appreciate that. And I appreciate you, man. I really do. And good luck on that audition. Seriously. And Scott Crocker, to answer Nick's question, some of my favorites are the good ending twisted into a bad ending, the final girl circuit, theme death, glowing red equals evil, and OSHA doesn't exist. It's a myth, I tell you, a myth. Yeah, I think my tropes are the helpless female and not using it, and getting meta every now and then, and very self-conscious about the tropes, and then turning them on their ear by their use. So one of my favorites used to be the villain bragging about their nefarious scheme to the so-called helpless good guys, and the good guys are just like, he's not going to talk about it. And the villain's like, you're right, I'm not going to talk about it. And they're like, it's probably a stupid plan. Stupid plan? Well, let me tell you how stupid it is. And then they tell them the whole plan. That's what I used to like to do. But you can't visit those things too often, unfortunately. So I gave it a rest. And Comics Talking Pops Van Zandt had a great time on CromCon last weekend. Hope you're doing well. And Madness live stream Ray doing Christie's Countdown. 40 minutes left on Demon Bitch. Oh, yeah, Christy Shin's comic book. Demon Bitch, I guess it's only got 40 minutes left. Yeah, definitely check that out. And raid last day. Okay. And it's also got bug spray in it too. Anyway, there are a lot of creatives, since Eric Hawkins had outsourced many things they can do themselves. If I just outsourced my coloring, it would cost me a couple $1,000, so I tried to do everything myself. And you're good at it, Eric. It's the thing. You don't need to do that stuff. I love you too, Pops. I do. And yikes, Eric. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, comic work is expensive. And this Monday is 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. Come join Rick Bradley and his son Donovan as we talk about Dungeons and Dragons, its influences, and other TTRPGs. And if you don't know what a TTRPG is, I do, then you need to check out that show. It's always entertaining. Those two are great. And Phantasmagorial's yelling, raid! Okay, and now it's a takeover with Pops, Christy, and Rage. And yeah, come for me, you guys. Come for me. And hey, Rick and Pops Van Zandt, there's what I was waiting for. There is the link to Christy's project. Please support it. She's a great lady. I love watching her on the show. She's awesome. And Carl Wisman, last 40 minutes on her Kickstarter. Christy, it's good to see you. Mwah. I hope you break the bank with this. I really do. We are holding the party on the Madness channel. So if you abandon me, I'll understand. And at 11, you definitely got to abandon me for Raging 2. Hey, Carl, sending the love to Carl. Nothing for me. What the hell, Nita? And back in the day, we just painted our book on a rock and tossed it into the next cave. And the love is going out to Nita. And new sub. See, Phantasmagorical. Pops and I have talked about this. He talks about the Pops effect, and I keep getting told I have the BKM bump, which I thought I sat on. But apparently there is some sort of magic. So anyway, Christy, I hope we got someone for you. And that's great, Phantasmagorical. I agree with Carl there. And how you doing, Carl? And have things gotten better for your friend? And Raging 2, I hope that's for me. I love you, Nita. Hope you and Daphne have a great show. Well, what am I saying? Of course you'll have a great show. And Carl Witzman gets mocked by Christy's laughter. And Charles, OMG, my first book is no longer in print, and it's a good thing. Yeah, I was telling people, Charles, that I would, when I was moving from Illinois to Indiana, that I destroyed the manuscript, and people ask me, well, why? Couldn't you salvage anything? I'm like, no. It was written by a 20-year-old snotty virgin who knew nothing about the world, except for what he read in comics and got from TV and radio. And
Honey, you did salvage something.
What is that?
Your dignity.
Oh, that. Yeah, Cookie said if you didn't hear that, you did salvage something, honey. Your dignity. Yes, thank you. What little there is that remains. But no, it taught me I could do it. I just never found the formula for decades that allowed me to do it again. But it did show me I had the potential to make it happen. But I was telling people, Charles, at the time that I would rather someone caught me in a sex tape with a barnyard animal rather than somebody read that book. It would do far less damage to my reputation. If it had been like 2 girls, 1 Brian, and 1 cup, I'd still come out ahead. I say, and you people commandeered this as the May. That's right. They may do it because I'm allowing it. Right? And Carl Winston, thanks for asking, Rick. I gave her some job leads, so we'll see what happens. See if she does anything for herself. Excellent. And don't compare me to Amber Heard. You're cuter. That's it. Her tail isn't as fluffy as yours. Anyway, Carl Wisman says, my first real book, Shape Up Your Memory, is still in print, and it's the 10th edition. On Lulu, always be promoting. That's my man, Carl. That's my man. And Donna got a room at Holocon of Sweden. I got a suite for Silicon, so some partying better go on there. And, I hope you got to the hotel. That's a nice place. I'll probably bring Calgon this time, but I'll hang with you guys, seriously. And Charles Millhouse planning a rewrite of my first novel. I'm making Origin Trilogy a prequel to it. Oh, nice. Very nice. And Scott Clarker says one of the very first things I wrote, which was absolute garbage, and I threw it away. The title was good, I felt. I might repurpose it later, but the actual story was so garbage, just the worst. Let's put it this way. On my original book, the only part that was halfway salvageable was a Kingdom of Magic that was saved by the Polaroid SX70. And I think only Carl, Donna, and Charles may know what that is. So, Johnny Pica, Doctor Strange, there were some great moments, but the film started at the climax and never slowed down. I felt with fan service shoved in, but did not move the story forward. Oh, that's interesting. But that's the thing. It's like a lot of, well, like the Spider-Man films, I haven't seen any of the new series yet. Just haven't had time. But it's like a lot of that is fan service or fan wank, as we like to think of it. But yeah, it's maybe the studio might be going too far into, well, we got to make the comic fans happy. There's so few of them compared to the general goings on of the movie audience. Concentrate on that group, I've got to say. And Teresa Dunn, mwah. Good morning, Brian. Albert says hello, and he'll be in surgery later today. Gets to come home Monday. That is great. That is good news. Please give Albert a hug from me, all right? And give him a smooch. Make some tongue go in there, too, okay? And Albert's like, getting uncomfortable. Anyway, Albert, we love you, man. Hey, and proud of you for pulling through. Albert's had some needed surgery on his leg, and Teresa's been keeping me up on it. We've been praying for you, Albert, and we trust that everything will come out well, and we are looking forward to you being home on Monday, all right? Scott Clarker says, yes, monologuing. You're not a true supervillain unless you can deliver a good monologue. Exactly, right? And Glenn, my friend Glenn is here. Glenn, we were running this joke into the ground. Get this well-edited book. And yeah, Glenn had something to do with it, too. Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures. Great book on his visit with the King of Comics back in the 90s at his home. It is profusely illustrated, and it is accompanied by a DVD of video that Glenn shot with Jack Kirby, the creator of the Fantastic Four, co-creator of Captain America, the Mighty Thor, just basically the foundation of the Marvel Universe and half of DC anymore. So anyway, it's good to see you, Glenn. Hope your afternoon's going well, and you can call me Fanta. It's a date, sweetheart. Thank you. And hi, Fanta. Hey, Charles. Oh, I like this. And Skunk Rocker, well, you can call me Kyle or Skunk or Rocker or Skunk Rocker or Space Cowboy or Gangster of Love. Some people call me Maurice because you speak with the pompous of love. And it's supposed to be an ad of there, but whatever. We got you fixed. We got you taken care of. And we could only get into the Holiday Express in Mattoon, but at least it has a wet bar. Yeah, that's supposed to be. Well, I love the Holiday. I like the Holiday Inn Express. Those are nice. I do like those. But there is a hotel that is just off the mall property that was. If you tell me you're with Silcon, you might get a discount. But I don't know if they've arranged that yet this year. But I stayed there a couple years ago, and it was really nice. And they had a great breakfast there too. And we need great to hear about Albert, Teresa. Definitely, William. Definitely. And thank you, William. And Red Publishing says, oh gosh, one of my first things I wrote was a first-person view where the reader and two friends were transported to a fantasy realm, and I tried to have one of the characters speak Old English. SMH. Oh dear God. And well, that's like one of the and Cookie's like. Good luck, soldier. One of the things I got in my queue on my laptop is a 10-minute video on the development of the British accent from the last 600 years. And I listened to a little bit. It is fascinating. It really is. And we get a smile from the desk with Small Press Publisher. Glad to see you as always. And Carl, we had a wet bar in the hotel room, but they only had like two people working it, unfortunately. So that took a while for my whiskey and cokes to get through. And John B. Pica says, did you know that La Quinta is Spanish for just behind Cracker Barrel? I think they're having an affair, if you know what I mean. And Carl Winston says, yeah, Rick, sometimes you have to walk away from certain projects. Good job. Yeah, or change your expectations of success, I would say. So anyway, Christy Shin has has a book that needs your love. And let's see, I need to find that again. Where is that? You had that up here, Pops. Where was that? Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. I'm gonna, yeah, this engaging video, isn't it? Anyway, let's see. And if you're still here, kids, lead me to the thing. I'm not fine. I'm not. I know it's here, but I'm just not finding it. Let's see. From this one proposer, John Hika, and we'll hide the current comment and Pops. There's Pops. Everything is Pops. There we go. There we go. That's it. Demon bitch, you all suck. 40 minutes, or less than 40 minutes left now. Please check out this campaign and give it some love. And while we're at it, we've got some others we need to talk about. For instance, Zombie for World of Oz is in the last, 48 hours maybe of its existence, and it has made its goal and then some. But if you want to back a great comic book, check out Zombie for World of Oz. Issue 4 is coming up on Kickstarter. And also, if you missed issues 1 through 3, Eric will be providing a trade paperback of it. And I believe there may be a hardcover level. And if he makes enough, a little bit more, he's going to have the front cover, the logo of Oz printed in emerald green foil. That'll make it pop. That'll be beautiful. And also, Brian Rodman, who couldn't make Comic Book Spectrum last night due to his asthma, has a very personal stake in this comic book called The Nebulizer #2. It's a post-apocalyptic world with a chronic asthmatic inside his nebulizer battle suit, and he's accompanied only by his feisty AI as he battles mutant allergens in the wilderness. The first issue was hilarious fun and had some touching moments too. Great comic book. And #2 is out, and he'll make #1 available to you too if you miss it. But check out this bit.ly address there and check him out on Kickstarter. And Amazonia #7 will be available in just a few weeks on Kickstarter. That's Jody McPhee's creation. Amazing book. I've read the first issue. I need to get the rest, but I can with this campaign here. And they'll also be having special tiers for variant covers, as well as what else was there? Oh, and also the more stretch goals he makes, the more free comics everyone will get. So you definitely want to check that out. And it's Amazonia issue 7, but 1 through 6 will be available as well. I'll be taking advantage of that. But check it out. It hasn't launched yet, but you can get notified. There's a little button you can push once you log into Kickstarter. And it's basically when he puts the campaign live, makes it live, you'll get an email saying, hey, get the comic right now. And sometimes people have early bird specials. I've been supporting this one comic called Impossible Jones. Wonderful book from David Hine and Carl Kessel. And it's hilarious. It's exciting. It's everything I want in comics, like Amazonia and Nebulizer and Zombie for World of Oz. And I got an early bird special. I got a discount for signing up early. Plus, I'm going to get a special sticker that said I did that and all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely support it. But what this does for Joe is it gives him better visibility. The more people he gets on that pre-launch, the more Kickstarter will promote his work. So anyway, there is that. So please check that out. Check out those books. Support indie comic creation and indie book creation. And so here we go. Let's get down to the new comments here. And here we go. Glenn Fleming says, just to tease you all because I'm not giving it away. Last evening, I had a brainwave, an idea for the most unique perk ever seen on crowdfunding, really. But you'll have to wait for Hatch #2 soon. Hey, I hope you have the #1 available on that too. And Glenn, for your friends in the state, talk to Eric Hawkins, because what he has done for a couple of campaigns is he has taken care of their American printing. You send him the money for it, and he handles the fulfillment. So you might talk to Eric about that. He's very good at that. And yeah, high school me was pretty delusional. Carl says Rad Publishing. Yeah, college me wasn't far behind that, I'll tell you. And we all were, Rick. Yeah, Carl, I agree with that. And Charles Millhouse says, yeah, Rick, high school me was such a wallflower. It's amazing how life has changed me. Yeah. Yeah, I was a total mess when I was in high school, and when I got out of college, I was only a partial mess. I've had to build back up my mess again. And I agree, Charles. High school me gave up easily on things. He wouldn't have gotten anywhere near as far as I am now. Then again, high school Rick didn't have the rising tide on his side. There you go, brother. There you go. And thanks, Brian. We'll do. Excellent, Glenn. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the one thing with postage the way it is now. I don't know how it is for you over in Great Britain, but like here, if you mail out of the country, it's exorbitant. It used to be like you could mail into Canada for just a little bit more, but I wound up sending something to Canada 5 years ago that it seriously cut into my profits of I sent something to England and I sent something to Canada. One of my contributors was from Canada, and it cost a pretty penny. And Donna, Carlene, am I the only one who still likes her high school stories? Apparently you are. You got your act together early, young lady, and the rest of us is like, yeah, only you and Michaela, Donna. That's pretty. I think you're the only two I know. Michaela and Donna are the only two that like their early scribblings. And Charles, we've all benefited from Rising Tide. So have I, definitely, because like I said, I wouldn't have met you or anyone else on here if it weren't for that. So hopefully it keeps working for us. And Donna, we weren't just as talented as you were and are to this day. Exactly. And I've read one of Donna's books, and I got to get me some more. I'm going to pick some up when we do the Indie Author Book Expo in Peoria, which you'd know about if you signed up for my newsletter, because we have that in there. So check that out and definitely sign up for that. And Christy, I hope we do you some good if you're still listening. And Pops, thank you for bringing Christy along. Christy, please subscribe to this channel because we need all the help we can get. So, and Donna Carlene says, "Oh, thanks, Rick." Well, you're awesome, Donna. And here's the thing. We've got a lot of driving to do. Think I should call it early, honey?
Sorry?
Think I should call this early?
If you got the opportunity.
Okay. And of course, I say that and we got comments now. Anyway, back to your thing. So anyway, Glenn Fleming said, I say the postage has just about killed my Kirby book in the States and worldwide. I need to rethink for future projects, so thanks for the heads up. I was thinking about you, man. Because I know you sent me my copy, and that couldn't have been cheap. But I'm grateful. I'm really grateful, and it's a fantastic book. I'm so proud to be a part of it. I really am, even a minor part. But yeah, I've seen some people do that, and granted, Eric has other things, that he would like to do, of course, but there are other places that do fulfillment for overseas orders. And I definitely recommend Eric because he's very conscientious. And if anything, he's probably more critical of the work than you might be. He's got a real eye for this sort of thing. So definitely talk to Eric. All right. And thanks, Rick, says Donna. And I write mostly superhero stories. I collected a lot of comic books. Well, that's one thing that hasn't changed since 1980. I collect fewer comic books right now. But I'm having more fun with the ones I do enjoy, do read. So there's a good trade-off. And you're welcome, my dear, says Rad Publishing. Donna has a new book on Lulu. Check out Vacation. Vacation's all we ever wanted. Just had to get away. Anyway, definitely check that out. I will do that myself. And also, don't forget, Carl has a brand new book, a sequel to The Mad Gasser Cheerleader of Calhoun County with a beautiful Eric Hawkins cover. Another one. And it'll look great beside the first one, so order them both. And everyone take care. Stay creative and game on. Brian and Cookie, have a safe trip. Love you too. Love you too, man. Love your whole family. You guys take care of yourselves, all right? And we'll give everyone a progress report over the weekend. And have a great day, everyone. Carl, thank you very much. Thank you all for... Is that mine? Must be my phone. I heard my phone off camera. Anyway, thank you, Carl. And thank you all. And Eric Hawkins says, international shipping is ridiculous. I can ship to New Zealand cheaper than Canada. Yeah, I ordered some stuff years ago from New Zealand, and it was actually on a par with, if not less expensive than mailing it across the country. And things are getting a little better, but not much here. But anyway, later's all. Donna, thank you for being here, sweetheart. And Nick Tucker says, we love you, Brian. I love you too, Nick. We got, you and your fam and mine got to get together again soon. All just aside, folks, let's let BKM have extra time. Please support the Rising Tide authors like BKM, Cindy Cap, CKOEPP.com, Carl Wisman, Joe D, and the rest of the comic spectrum. Thank you so much, my friend. Skunk Cracker, yeah, I think now's the time to say goodbye and let the Morris family, Brian, Cookie, and Calgon get ready for their amazing journey. Go forth and provide the masses with the gift of the Rising Tide. Thank you, Skunk. Skunk, I sincerely love you and your floofy tail. I do. And thank you so much, Brian. I owe you one. Have a great day. Dude, I'm not keeping track, but if I do, I probably owe you several. All right? Take care, my brother. And Eric Hawkins, yes, I fulfilled a campaign for a team of European creators because all their backers are typically stateside. Yeah. You might also check in with Mike, Jimmy, Lorsha de Bruin, too, And Scott Cracker, in other words, later, Gator, have a good weekend. You too, brother. Have a fantastic weekend, my friend. And as well as Luke Stone, and of course me, like, share, and subscribe. Definitely, and check out the Raging 2 channel, where you can find Nick Tuckert and Luke Stone on their great show, Nerd Bacon, every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. It's a great, great show. Love that show. And cheers, Brian. Glenn, take care, my brother. You take care. Have a great weekend, man. And Eric Hawkins, I'm heading your way. You can't threaten Eric like that. Excuse me. So we're gonna make our last second prep, which probably means going to the bathroom, and probably getting a little of this to go. But anyway, folks, thank you for letting me out of here, and thank you all for your love and your support. And it comes back tenfold at you from me and Cookie. And we'll hope to have some reports over the weekend. Don't forget tomorrow's free comic book day, so check out your local comic monger and get some free comics, and also buy some stuff from them too, because actually the free comics are not free to them. A lot of them will have sales. We're going to hit one of the Amazing Fantasy shops in Tinley Park, I think it is, because I know where it is. And they have like a limit of 8 books. And I know some books, like Castle Perilous in Carbondale, will have some great stuff. In fact, I haven't mentioned Castle Perilous. Please go down there tomorrow and check it out, because they not only have gaming and a lot of great comic books, but the more you buy, and they have sales. The more you buy, the more free comics you can get. All right. And sometimes they have food. They have all kinds of great things. We are genuinely sorry we're not going to make it this year. But thank you to Scott Thorne for letting us out. And we'll make it up to you, Scott. I promise. But please check that out. And love from me and Marianne. Love you kids too. All right. And Charles, I hope you get back on your feet soon, because we have adventures to have. Right. Okay. Much love to you guys. Much love to all of you. And we'll go through the quick spiel here. Don't forget to sign up for Rising Tide. You can sign up for my monthly newsletter there. It's absolutely free. And you'll learn where we're going to be at any given time. Plus, we share videos that are of interest. And I've picked a really good one for next month, so you definitely want to get on board with it. I picked it out just the other day, and I'm like, this has got to go in. It's good. So check it out. Sometimes they're educational. Sometimes they're fun. Last month, I had one. I was really happy. I love Quiet Riot. I love that group. And it was about how they did not want to record Come On Feel the Noise by Slade, and how they accidentally screwed it up correctly. It was a good video from the Professor of Rock, and we share all kinds of things on there, so definitely sign up for that. Also, don't forget that we are powered by the Rising Tide Publications. Thank you for your sponsorship. And also Plasma Fire. And yes, that had a little bit of premature articulation. It happens a lot when you get older. But one thing that never gets old are great covers on great books. And for instance, if you want a great cover like this one, look at that 40s sci-fi feel to Major Marjorie, a brand new book with a story by myself in there from edited by Charles F. Millhouse. Also features not just myself, but creator Tim Bruckner, Clyde Hall, Jim Beard, and Alessia Kent. You'll definitely love this book. It is a great, great book. Check it out on Amazon, available right now for your purchasing pleasure, and also Snow Shorts. The second in the volume of short stories about Abraham Snow and his friends. And I've got a story in number 2. You definitely want to check that out. But those covers are by Jeffrey Hayes. So go to the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page, then over to plasmafiregraphics.com. Check out the samples and ask for their indie creator-friendly pricing. You'll be glad you did. Great stuff from Jeffrey Hayes. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And also don't forget, a Comic Book Spectrum every Thursday night at 7 p.m. with Eric S. Hawkins, Clyde Hall, Brian Rodman, Joe D. McPhee, and myself. Reviews, views on the comics industry, and lots of fun. It's just friends getting together talking comic books. What's better than that, I ask you? Nothing, I tell you. Well, the only thing that might be better might be our Patreon subscribers who directly support the Rising Tide with their financial support, and we do appreciate that so very much. And if you want to help the Rising Tide in publication and in just getting to shows and buying new equipment for the broadcast, etc., then please check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, and your name could go up on this card. How cool is that? And even $1 a month helps a lot. It really does. Even just for that, you get my twice weekly blog. Every blog deserves a name. And we just dropped the one late last night about going to Windy City Pulp and Paper, which is where we're headed right now. Folks, thank you again for being here, whether you're watching live or on the rerun. And thank you to the live audience here that was so great and so helpful. I think this is one of the earliest the show's ever gotten out of here, except for like a couple of really bad ones where everything went wrong. But this one went right. And we'll be giving you updates on Windy City Pulp and Paper, and we'll do a report, try to do a report tonight and give you the winners of the Pulp Factory Awards. All right, and good luck to Stormgate Press and Charles F. Millhouse for this. And so, as always, folks, let me get up to the right cue here. There it is. Okay, folks, thank you very much again, and we'll see you definitely Monday morning at 10 a.m. Let's make a date to be here, and let's have some fun on Monday. All right, we'll turn Monday into Monday. All right. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your free comic book day. Enjoy Windy City Pulp and Paper. Just enjoy yourselves, all right, and people around you. And we'll see you Monday. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday on Nevermind the Furthermore. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelor's Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now on Sunday mornings, longtime independent comics creator Randy Zimmerman brings to you a podcast that talks about the lighter and more whimsical side of comics, the fun side of comics. That's right. Sunday Funnies is back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on the Raging 2 YouTube channel and on certain Facebook pages. Check it out, won't you? Special guests, great talk, and a lot of fun as we work to put the fun back in funny books. See you there.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought, with it being such a unique thing, that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, a separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, you know. It was fantastic, and there's this, he's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk, and then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead heat." He says, "That's not true because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know the real story." He says, I know I clearly won that one." See? Well, Joe is 6'3", and I was a run, see, from the Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me because Joe was believable, you know. They would talk to Joe, and the Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, "Look, Jackie got a job drawing." He says, "They're paying him for it. They're paying him money for drawing." He says, "Suppose I go with Jackie." He says, and he says, "They'll pay me money." He says, "I'll draw and they'll pay me money." He said, "I'll give the money to you," which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. You know, I lived in Long Island. And they say, "Would you like to come down and draw these guys in training?" I swear, this is not a story. And I said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to come down." And
The campaign to end World War II would begin with D-Day, but the fight that would shape the destiny of all mankind would be fought elsewhere. In space. Allied with beings from another world, the crew of the cargo plane Flying Rebel battled the horrifying evils of Project Ares and a madman hell-bent on becoming the Emperor of Earth. Stormgate Press presents the Doomsday Blitzkrieg. Get your copy today.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls, intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? Do you need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.